Hey y'all, it's Katie and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back at my local gym to show you guys in real time what it looks like to use the talk test to gauge your heart rate. So here we go. So today I'm going to be using two different things to show you guys what that looks like. I'll be using my stationary bike. It's just a classic stationary bike, nothing fancy. And then I'll also be using my MyZone heart rate monitor, which I'll link in the description below, to show you guys what zone I'm in reality, and then show you what that looks like in my breathing, in my talking, and in that talk test. So I've said it a couple times already, talk test. What is a talk test when it comes to heart rate? So that's during your workout when you're actually doing cardio. As you increase the heart rate, your breathing rate also increases. So it gets more difficult to talk the higher your heart rate goes. So I'm gonna get all strapped in on my bike and get that heart rate monitor on, and then let's go. So here I am in zone 1. I'm able to carry on a full normal conversation, and this would be really easy. This is 50% to 59% of your heart rate max. And that heart rate max is just 220 minus your age. That is the simplest equation. I'll stick a couple more complex equations below if you want to get something a little bit more specific, but that it can also vary based on training age and level of fitness. So just know that, take that with a grain of salt. It's an estimation, not a precise number. But here, both my Garmin and my MyZone are both telling me that I am right in that zone 1. I'm right around 55% right now. I'll show you on the screen up here too. So here I am right at 58%, 57, right there. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of gear. We're gonna get up into zone 2. And it should be pretty easy to get from zone 1 to zone 2. That's a pretty quick transition. Here I am, I'm already in zone 2. So now I'm up to about 65% of my heart rate max. So I'll back off on that gear a little bit, cruise a little bit more. So now my heart rate has elevated a little bit. I can still talk, but now I'm taking bigger breaths between words, maybe taking a full sentence before I take a deeper breath, something like that. But zone 2, you can sit here all day long. This is still very much in your aerobic zone. So this is really easy to carry on a conversation still. This is maybe a power walk or a light bike, whatever you're doing, just in a very light state. This is 60% to 69% of your heart rate max. All right, so now I'm in zone 3. I'm about 77% currently. So that's between 70 to 79% of your heart rate max. And as you can tell, I'm taking a lot deeper breaths now. It's a little bit harder to talk. I'm having to breathe between every phrase, and I'm not able to take as long between breaths anymore. So you can obviously tell I'm working now. And this is on kind of threshold. So here we'd be still working a little bit more of that aerobic, but it can border, depending on your fitness level, into that anaerobic training. So it just depends on you and your training. Been out of cardio for a while with pregnancy, so this might be a little more anaerobic for me. Just depends on you. All right, let's ramp things up to zone 4. This is gonna get tough, and I'm not gonna be able to talk much, so just bear with me. Okay, for zone 4 now, 84 to 85% currently. Zone 4 is when you can only say a few words at a time between big, deep breaths. So I'm working pretty hard right now. My heart rate is pretty high, and it's between 80 to 89% of your heart rate max. So that's about that. All right, here I am at zone 5. This is 90 to 100% heart rate, and it is very hard. Just a couple words before you have to take gasping breaths. I'm not gonna stay here long. Look at that, right there. Woo! Man, that's tough. Okay, just got done. That is really hard to talk through those last couple zones, so I'm glad we got through it. I did a little cool down. Gotta stretch out my legs next, but yeah, that is your heart rate zones using the talk test, and that's one great way to use heart rate zone training even if you don't have a monitor on you like that MyZone, or like your watch. If you don't have something like that, you can still kind of estimate your heart rate zone using the talk test. So I hope that helped, and as always, go ahead and like and subscribe if you learned something, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay healthy, bye.